be considered a pound-for-pound king, is he would have to be the king of a division. He can choose it. But as of right now, he's not.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
Conor McGregor has sparked chaos across the MMA world after taking direct shots at Ilia Topuria. Just days after Topuria's rise to pound-for-pound #1, McGregor dismissed his status with brutal sarcasm, turning social media upside down with a single post and viral video. Meanwhile, Ilia Topuria's rise hasn't just impressed fans, it's also reminded many of a younger Conor McGregor. From his sharp suits to his confident trash talk, people online say Ilia is copying Conor's style. The internet exploded with side-by-side edits and bold claims, and just when the buzz peaked, McGregor responded in true Notorious fashion, posting a meme with Ilia's face edited onto his brand new haircut. Meanwhile, as Ilia Topuria rises in the rankings, the UFC faces the tricky issue of champions moving weight classes. Sonnen explains that this is a situation the UFC wanted to avoid, especially after Islam Makhachev's double champion run. The company made it clear they didn't want Ilia to follow that path, despite marketing teams trying to spin the story differently.
It just puts you in the exact same situation we were at 2 months ago, in a very situation that you tried to avoid, which is to have a champion leaving his weight class. They did not want Islam and this whole double champ thing to be. They didn't want that for Ilia. And I know you've had people and you've even had marketing departments try to rework the story. But Ilia was not, is not, and never was champ.
Chael clarifies that Ilia was never a simultaneous two-division champion. While he won titles in 2 classes, he never held both belts at once. UFC's policy on this was strict. They even stripped Islam of a belt to enforce it. Ilia's jump to pound-for-pound #1 wasn't about marketing Islam. It was about real championship status and official rules.
Champ. He was a champion of 2 divisions. He was not a simultaneous 2 weight class world champion. And for whatever reason of that importance, for whatever reason that the policy wants to be stuck to, it was stuck to. They took that belt right off Islam. The reason that Ilia Topuria moved into the #1 pound for pound had nothing to do with marketing of Islam. You've got a guy in Ilia Topuria who could be holding 3 belts. He could be holding 45, BMF, and 55. As it is, he holds 1 belt.
On the other side, Ilia Topuria is quickly rising as one of the UFC's biggest stars, gaining fans across Spain and Georgia. But despite his growing popularity and 2 impressive knockouts, he hasn't yet reached the superstar level that Conor McGregor achieved. Even with strong backing and national pride behind him, there's still a gap between Ilia's current status and the global fame Conor once held.
Ilia Topuria, as the face of the UFC, with the type of backing that Conor had, he's getting there, but the reality is he got booed when he came out for the presser.
Ian Max Holloway, representing the countries of Spain and Georgia.
I don't know what causes that. I think it's just the love of Charles Oliveira. But that is the point, is like, even at this height, even after 2 sensational knockouts, he's not where Conor was.
Furthermore, as tensions rise between Ilia Topuria and Conor McGregor, Ilia didn't hold back during his recent interview on the Ariel Helwani show. He fired a bold shot at Conor, calling him out for avoiding fights and questioning his authenticity as a fighter. Ilia made it clear he's ready for action, challenging Conor to stop talking and start proving himself inside the octagon.
Saw this as well. He said he's more Spanish than you.
He went to Marbella. He also, when I see myself in the mirror below my waist, I also think sometimes I'm more African than Francis Ngannou. He's a fake fighter. He fakes all the time that he's gonna fight. I'm fighting Mike Chandler, I'm fighting this, and the greatest comeback. Fight. Why you don't fight? Fighter fights every day.
What do you think is his issue with you?
He's a fake fighter.
Because I've heard him mention you a lot, and he gets very, very fired up when talking about you.
As I told you, he's a fake fighter. he fakes the fight all the time, but I don't see him fight.
You don't
He's
think-
like, I'm gonna come back and this and that. Bro, fight, put your name on the table. What the fuck are you doing?
Adding on, Chael Sonnen highlights Ilia Topuria's strong position in the UFC right now. He points out Ilia's potential to hold multiple belts, including the lightweight, BMF, and featherweight titles. But at the moment, Ilia officially holds just one belt, which already puts him ahead of Islam Makhachev, who currently has no championship belts.
Sign Ilia Topuria, who could be holding 3 belts. He could be holding 45, BMF, and 55. As it is, he holds 1 belt. But when you juxtapose that against Islam, he is holding no belts. So, for now and for a short period of time, you cannot have Islam as your number 1 pound for pound. That would not only outdo Ilia Topuria, that would place him higher than any of your current champions. You would be taking a guy.
Chael explains why Islam can't be ranked above Ilia despite being a top contender. Naming Islam number 1 would place him above all current champions, even though he's unranked in a division and doesn't hold a belt. Ilia's achievements and current status as a champion give him a stronger claim to the pound for pound crown.
Place him higher than any of your current champions. You would be taking a guy who's unranked in a division, who does have the status of being number 1 contender, but you are going to say that holds up stronger than any of your current champions, including Ilia, who could have 2 and a BMF title right now. I'm just explaining this to you. I'm sharing this for you. That number 1.
Finally, Chael lays down the facts. Islam's pound for pound status is not a marketing move. To earn that title, Islam must first become a champion again. Until then, Ilia remains the reigning world champion and rightful number 1. This clear distinction defines the current UFC landscape.
Pound for pound status was not given for marketing reasons. And the first thing that Islam would have to do to be considered a pound for pound king is he would have to be the king of a division. He can choose it. But as of right now, he's not. Any weight class, any way you want to word it. Ilia is a reigning world champion. Islam is a number 1 contender. Those for today.
On the other side, Ilia Topuria just knocked out Charles Oliveira in a brutal fight, but he still doesn't have a new opponent. Fans are getting impatient, and there's been a lot of talk about who he'll face next. That's when Michael Bisping jumped in and broke it all down, explaining what's going on with Topuria, Armen Serukian, and the rumors surrounding their fight.
So Ilia Topuria, the pound for pound number 1 fighter on the planet. That is according to the latest rankings. Ilia Topuria, the lightweight champion of the world, the former featherweight champion of the world, still has no opponent. To be fair, he only just knocked out Charles Oliveira in absolutely devastating fashion. And of course, Paddy Pimblett, the baddie, got into the octagon and they squared up, and there's talk of them 2 fighting. However, Armen Serukian is out there. He is ranked number 1. We know that he pulled out because of hurting his back. Maybe it was a weight issue. A lot of people, a lot of hate to say that he shit his pants. I don't think that was the case at all. He's fought Islam Makhachev before on very short notice, pushed him and went to a decision in a relatively close fight. So I don't think he was scared one little bit. However, he wasn't reliable.
Meanwhile, fans keep buzzing about a possible clash between Ilia Topuria and Paddy Pimblett. Many insiders believe Armen Serukian is the real fight to make, but rumors are swirling that Ilia might be avoiding that matchup. That's when Bisping raised an eyebrow and posed a bold question, drawing a comparison that's got the MMA world talking.
I'm going to give him a title fight. Now, this is where it gets interesting, because the question I'm going to ask is Ilia Topuria pulling a Jon Jones? Because Armen Serukian is a real threat to anybody, okay? He is a tremendous fighter. I know a lot of people discredit him for pulling out at the last minute, and rightly so, okay? That's not a good look. However, he's a really, really good fighter. Simple as that. He can do it all. He's got the striking, the wrestling, the cardio, the strength. He's very young. He's in his prime, and the man's an absolute monster. Simple as that. Ilia Topuria said if the UFC made him fight Armen Serukian, he would vacate the belt.
Amid all the hype surrounding Ilia Topuria's next move, one name keeps surfacing, Armen Serukian. But instead of entertaining that challenge, Ilia made a surprising statement that shocked fans and analysts alike. When asked about a potential title defense against Arman, Topuria didn't hesitate to draw the line, making it clear he has no interest in giving Serukian that opportunity.
I'm the world champion. I'm never gonna give him a chance to fight for the title. I will be like, listen, if that's the case, take my belt. I don't do it. He has to fight.
On the other hand, while Ilia says he won't fight Arman, Arman isn't staying quiet. He's making fun of Ilia online and trying to get his attention. In one video, Arman jokes that Ilia is like a duck that keeps running away. He's calling Ilia scared and trying to force the fight by making everyone talk about it.
Ilia, stop running, Ilia. Stop running, Ilia. Good boy. I'll make it quick, no worries. Good boy.
Meanwhile, people talk about Arman chasing a title shot, and Michael Bisping made a funny point. He said Arman is doing what Tom Aspenol did, carrying around a toy duck to call out his rival. Bisping reminded everyone of how Tom did that with Jon Jones. Now, Arman's doing it with Ilia Topuria and even offering $500,000 just to make the fight happen.
Doing a Tom Aspenol, taking a duck wherever he went with him. Remember that whole saga with Jon Jones and Tom Aspenol, which thankfully now is all over. Tom is fighting Cyril Gane, as we know, in October in Abu Dhabi. But now we've got a new version, okay? Now it's Ilia Topuria and Armen Serukian. Armen Serukian's even making a bet, offering him $500,000, $500,000 if he beats him, okay? Doing whatever he can to get the fight.
Furthermore, as the drama between Armen Serukian and Ilia Topuria heats up, Armen is taking things to the next level. He's not just talking anymore, he's ready to put serious money on the line. In a bold move to pressure Ilia into accepting the fight, Armen publicly offered a massive bet, making it clear he's confident in his skills and ready to settle it in the cage.
I can put the bets. I can put like a $500,000 if he beat me. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000. So if he wants to make that, so I'm down, and we can shake hand, fight. If I lose, I'll give him $500,000. If I beat him, he's gonna give me $500,000.
Adding on, as the back and forth between Ilia Topuria and Arman Serukian continues, Michael Bisping weighed in on the situation. He pointed out that no matter the distractions or delays, the champion has a responsibility to face the top contender. Bisping reminded fans that the UFC's history shows champions are expected to fight whoever holds the #1 spot despite other tempting matchups.
Now you could say that Ilia is only doing this to get under the skin of Armen Serukian, but it's not a good look. If you're the champion, just like when Jon Jones was the champion, if you're the champion, you got to fight the interim champ, if there is one. If you're the champion, you're supposed to fight the #1 guy. Simple as that. Now, yes, the UFC had their reservations, and yes, there's Paddy Pimblett that got in the cage, and yes, there is Justin Gaethje.
Furthermore, with all the talk about Ilia Topuria possibly facing Paddy Pimblett next, Arman Serukian quickly shut down those rumors. He didn't hold back, questioning Paddy's place in the top rankings and calling out his recent opponents' losing records. Arman made it clear that he doesn't believe Paddy deserves a title shot anytime soon.
No. You gotta delete him from the rankings. Even he's not even deserved to be in top 10. He beat last 3 guys. It was Chandler. He had 3 losses. It was Bobby Green. He had 3-4 losses. It was Tony Ferguson. He had 8 losses. That's crazy. And like, you wanna bring that guy to fight for the title is just I don't know. Crazy. 3-0, 8-0, 2-0.
Moving on, while fans wonder why the UFC hasn't booked Ilia Topuria versus Arman Serukian yet, Ilia finally spoke out. He brought up Arman's recent withdrawal, hinting it wasn't just an injury, but possibly a weight cut issue. Ilia even compared it to his own past experiences, saying the pain from dehydration is real, but it takes guts to push through and still make the walk to the cage. Ilia wasn't done yet.
He needs one more fight. I don't know why I feel that he needs one more fight to close everything.
Yeah, but when it happens, it'll be huge. The press conference will be huge. I think that's going to be the closest thing to Khabib Conor that we've seen.
Yeah, you think so?
I think so. Just in terms of the build-up, the press conference, you guys are both good on the mics. Paddy has a big fan base. You have a big fan base. I think it's
After casting doubt on Arman's weight cut excuse, he turned his attention to matchmaking logic and didn't hold back. According to him, if you pull out just a day before a fight,
He needs to fight.
Patty would be a huge fight though.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, I think
huge fight,
just
but
because
I
of the
don't know why
storyline.
He needs one more fight. I don't know why I feel that he needs one more fight to close everything.
Yeah, but when it happens, it'll be huge. The press conference will be huge. I think that's gonna be the closest thing to Khabib Conor that we've seen.
Furthermore, Ilia hinted that Arman might need one more fight before earning another shot. Bisping offered a completely different perspective, focusing instead on how Justin Gaethje or even Paddy Pimblett could flip the narrative. And in typical Bisping fashion, he delivered his point with both intensity and respect.
I get that. I understand that. But if I'm just engaging, I take that fight. I go out there, I beat Paddy Pimblett, I show the world what I'm made of, I get on the microphone and say, listen, Ilia, there's no more running from me. Like you're doing against Armen Serukian, I don't want to talk shit about Ilia Topuria because the man is awesome, okay? Every time I've met him, he's an absolute class act. He's humble, he's down to earth, he's great to talk to, he's very intelligent, he's good for the sport, he's a great ambassador, he represents 2 countries, fights his goddamn ass off, he's got excellent skills all over the place. So I ain't criticizing the guy, apart from the fact that for whatever reason, he doesn't want to fight Armen Serukian.
As Bisping continued, he broke down the next possible challenger for Ilia Topuria. He says Arman Serukian deserves the shot based on merit, but believes the UFC might choose Justin Gaethje instead. Bisping explains how Gaethje's reputation and demand for a title fight could influence the decision.
One likes it. If you want to do it on a merit-based system, Armen Serukian is the guy. Simple as that. Now, if you want to ask me how this all plays out, I would like to say that Ilia Topuria fights Armen Serukian, but I've got a feeling it won't be that. I think Justin Gaethje might just be the guy. I think he's the guy that gets to go up against Ilia Topuria. The UFC respect Justin Gaethje. He's been around for a very long time. He puts on nothing but exciting fights. Yes, he's coming towards the end of his career, and he's kind of digging his shoes in a little bit and then saying, hey, it's title fight or bust for me. And you know what? I think the UFC will give him what he wants.
Adding on, as the hype around Arman Serukian grows, his coach Marcos Perumpa Damata shares his honest opinion about Arman's chances against Ilia Topuria. He believes Arman has what it takes to beat the current champion and explains why he sees Arman as a serious threat.
Fights Islam because in my opinion, in my heart, I think Arman can make it very hard for Ilia. You know, I think he can beat Ilia. I think he will beat Ilia. You know, oh, you train Arman, of course, yeah. But I believe in Arman. I think he has the ability, the tools, you know, to beat a guy like Ilia. Oh, he's a very heavy-handed guy, unbelievable guy. Ilia is a great champion. All the abilities that Ilia has, he's amazing. He was hired by the UFC because of his grappling. And then all of a sudden, he started knocking people out.
Continuing his thoughts, the Damata compares Arman's potential to other fighters Ilia has faced and shares his view on future matchups that could shape the division.
And all of a sudden, he started knocking people out. You know, so no, we respect Ilia's grappling, but I think Arman's a different level. You know, I think Arman has the ability. He's better than Charles. He's better than all these guys that Ilia fought. You know, so let's say they put Arman now with Ilia, then the big super fight, Ilia Islam, is off, and he beats Ilia, and that's super off. So I'm not sure, you know, maybe they're gonna put Pimblett to fight Ilia or somebody else to fight Ilia to get a good win. Wait until Islam fights Jack, see what happens. Hopefully they both win. There's your big super fight of the year next year.
In the end, Conor McGregor's recent trolling of Ilia Topuria has shaken the MMA world, igniting fierce debate over who truly deserves the pound-for-pound crown. While Ilia's rise has been rapid and impressive, the clash between his growing legacy and McGregor's legendary status highlights the intense competition at the sport's highest levels. UFC's policies, fighter mindsets, and matchmaking politics all play roles in shaping this evolving narrative. As the drama unfolds, fans are left wondering who will ultimately prove themselves worthy of the top spot and who will step up next to challenge for glory. What do you think? Is Ilia Topuria truly ready to hold the pound-for-pound throne, or does Conor McGregor's legacy still tower over him? Share your thoughts below.